Well, you can't sue everybody. She's suing the blogger that started this, Andrew Breitbart. He makes the defense that it wasn't her that he was after. It was the NAACP, which had been charging the Tea Party people with being racist. And here he thought he was showing, he says, an example where they have racial attitudes which are negative towards whites. That's his defense. Your reaction, Governor?
I'm not a lawyer, but the fact, there's two things about this. First of all, he cut off the tape. He didn't show the whole story.
He didn't? What did he cut out?
He cut off the stuff about the redemption part of it.
That was in there.
No, not on the tape. Not on the tape that was aired. Not on the tape that was aired on Fox News. Not on the Fox News stuff. It was not on what Fox News reported in their blog. He cut the tape off, so it shows the supposed.
It was on Breitbart. It was in there. Yeah, he didn't edit it. Not that I know about.
Chris, he did. He says he didn't edit it.
Absolutely edited it.
He did. Well, he didn't edit it. There's no evidence he edited it. What did he edit?
It's a 43-minute tape. I'm sorry, Governor Dean, you can do this.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, John.
It's a 43-minute tape, Chris. It walks through her whole racial history. He clipped about 2 minutes where she seems to be saying, I didn't do my best for this white farmer because he was white, and that's where it ends. And then later, Chris, she goes on to tell this amazing...
Oh, I thought that in the tape that he did put out, that it did include that part in it. What he did to mischaracterize it was to suggest it was in current time in her role as a federal official, not back when she was with the cooperative.
He did that too.
He did that too. There were two lies, but he absolutely clipped, or someone clipped, the tape before she could say the powerful message of redemption that Democrats at least believe in.
I am right, you're wrong.
No.
Do we have the tape here we could show this? Because I believe that his mischaracterization is the problem, where he said that this was something because he said this is what goes on in this administration. And it suggested heavily that this was her point of view as a government official and appointee of this administration.
He did that, but he also clipped the tape. So
no, it includes in the tape that she understood, that she changed.
No.
No, it doesn't. Chris, really, you got to trust me and the governor on this. He really didn't, because she goes on at the end to say, I've learned that it's about poor people. It's not about black versus white.
I think that's
always.
in the tape.
It's not in the tape that Breitbart put out. It's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
yes,
it is.
We
promise.
We promise.
Okay.
Check Drudge. Check the Fox.
I don't watch Drudge. I mean, I don't know. How do you check Drudge?
Never.
As you for your source. Here is the original chunk that was put out on Sharrod on Breitbart's blog. Let's watch one out by Breitbart, the original piece of stuff on this. Let's watch it together.
The first time I was faced with having a couple white farmers save his farm, he took a long time talking, but he was trying to show me he was superior to me. I knew what he was doing, but he had to come to me for help. What he didn't know, while he was taking all that time trying to show me he was superior to me, was I was trying to decide just how much help I was going to give him. I was struggling with the fact that so many black people have lost their farmland, and here I was faced with having to help a white person save their land. So I didn't give him the full force of what I could do. I did enough so that when I assumed the Department of Agriculture had sent him to me, either that or the Georgia Department of Agriculture. And he needed to go back and report that I did try to help him. So I took him to a white lawyer that we had that had attended some of the training that we had provided, because Chapter 12 bankruptcy had just been enacted for the family farmer. So I figured if I take him to one of them, that his own kind would take care of him. That's when it was revealed to me that it's about poor versus those who have. And not so much about white. It is about white and black, but it's not, it opened my eyes, because I took him to one of his own.
Here we go, Chris.
Well, there you go. I opened my eyes. I realized it wasn't about black and white. It was, but it was about other things, about poverty. So, Joan, that part in there about redemptive revelation was actually in the initial tape.
Chris, that little snippet was, but it ends with, I took him to one of his own. What she goes on to say is one of his own didn't help him. He came back to her. She wound up helping him. She saved his farm. And then she goes on to tell this story, which is a story that I've told, and to some extent Governor Dean has told it too, about the way black and white people in the South were pitted against each other and were always taught to fight one another when they really had more in common. She goes on to say repeatedly, it's about poverty, it's about have
Yeah, but why do you
have.
think if this was a complete slime job, why do you think Breitbart kept that in there, Governor? Why do you keep in that part? Let me let the governor in here about it. Why did he put the redemptive part in here at all?
That's not that. I did not see that on the original website or the original Fox.
That's the original website.
That's not what I saw on.
Well, what are you
Fox.
saying? We're not showing the right thing?
I don't know what you're showing, but that was not.
Oh, you're challenging us now.
I'm saying I didn't see that.
You're saying we've made this up, that we put this in Breitbart's blog and it wasn't there?
You sound like Chris Wallace.
I'm asking you.
What I said was that's not what I saw on Fox. I didn't see that last piece about the redemption
Go ahead,
stuff
Joan.
on Fox.
It has been played.
The governor doesn't believe us now. What do you mean?
No,
You're saying we just put something on
Breitbart?
Chris, I don't know what that was. And all I know is
you don't know what that was. I'm telling you, it was from the Breitbart blog.
That's not what I saw on Fox.
Okay, Joan, will you help me out here? I thought Fox picked up. Did Fox further edit the Breitbart blog? I didn't know that.
Truncated,
on their website.
Different. Chris, you know what happens in TV, and I'm not going to say this part is malicious. Different versions of the shortened clip were shown. And so I think that sometimes it had the part about, I realized it wasn't about black and white, but the point was why it ended there was it ends with her taking him to one of his own and doesn't go on to tell this long,
I understand
it's a long
it's
story.
not full. And then the question, of course, is did Breitbart get the full blog?
Right.
I mean, the full bite from somebody who gave it to him.
And he says it was edited when he got it, and we don't know. But the point is that the woman was depicted as a racist. She was depicted as a federal official who was discriminating against white people. And this is the narrative that they're putting out, is that white people are the ones who are being oppressed. White people are in danger of being treated with with racist animus by our black president and all these black people that he's associated with.
I understand.
This is a consistent story from Fox. We've got the new Black Panther Party, which is a non-story. It's a ridiculous story.
I know. Let's stay on this. Governor, here's the problem. That is what I remember was in the original. Right. That was the original, and I just showed you what was the original Breitbart.
When I saw the story, that wasn't the last piece about poor white people wasn't in it.
Yeah, what was in the
nor I might add, the most interesting thing about
that's why we had that dispute 10 minutes ago, because that's what I saw on the original blog.
Okay, but that's not what I saw on the network. I didn't see the original
That's
blog.
what Breitbart put out. That's what he'll have to
he may have. He may have. Maybe Fox edited it further.
I'm just telling you, that's a fact. I know what came into Breitbart. You can check. 5 minutes after you walk off this site, you can go check it and come back if it's not true, but that is in fact.
Okay, I'm not disputing you. I never looked at the Breitbart.
That's what gets murky here. Anyway, thank you, Howard Dean. Thank you, Joan Walsh.